The horse stood completely still, while Daniel realized he had just paid $6,000 for the same animal he once called worthless. And in that moment, something inside him completely broke. Not because of the money, but because he finally understood a truth that most people realize too late. Sometimes the things we complain about the most are actually the things carrying us through life. Daniel lived in a small town in Texas. Every morning before sunrise, he would wake up exhausted, grab his coffee, and head outside to prepare for work. Waiting near the wooden fence was his old brown horse, Rusty. Rusty had been with him for years. The horse carried heavy tools, pulled carts, walked through mud, rain, heat, and long roads without ever refusing. But Daniel never appreciated any of it. All he saw was an old, slow animal. "Move faster," he would yell. "Why are you so useless?" The horse never reacted, just silent eyes, slow steps, quiet patience. As time passed, Daniel became more frustrated with his life, money problems, stress, long working hours, and slowly, he started blaming Rusty for everything. In his mind, the horse became the symbol of failure. One evening, after returning home angry and exhausted, Daniel slammed his tools onto the ground and shouted, "I'm done with this horse." His wife Emily looked at him carefully. "Daniel, that horse has helped us for years." But Daniel ignored her. The next morning he took Rusty to a busy livestock market outside the city. The place was crowded, people shouting prices, animals everywhere, dust rising into the hot air. Daniel tied Rusty near a wooden post and yelled loudly, "This horse is old, weak, lazy. I just want to sell him." People glanced at the horse and kept walking. After a few minutes, an older farmer approached him. "I'll give you $300. Daniel didn't even hesitate. "Deal." The farmer handed him the money and walked away with Rusty. Daniel felt relieved. For the first time in months, he smiled. Finally, he had gotten rid of the problem. But as he continued walking through the market, something caught his attention. A huge crowd had gathered nearby. People were staring at a beautiful black horse standing in the center. It wore an expensive leather saddle. A red royal cloth covered its body. Silver decorations reflected under the sunlight. The seller spoke confidently to the crowd. "This horse is strong. This horse can work all day, one of the finest animals in the entire market." People admired it. The excitement spread quickly. $1,000, someone shouted. $2,000, $4,000. Daniel stared at the horse. The more people praised it, the more perfect it seemed. And suddenly, he started imagining a better future. Maybe this horse could change his life. Maybe work would become easier. Maybe people would finally respect him. Without thinking clearly, emotion took control. $6,000, Daniel shouted. The crowd turned silent. The seller smiled immediately. Sold. Daniel handed over nearly all his savings, but he didn't care. He felt proud, victorious, as if he had finally upgraded his life. He brought the horse home with excitement in his chest. Emily walked outside and looked surprised. "You bought a new horse?" Smiled proudly. "Not just any horse," he said. "This is the best horse in the market." Emily slowly approached the animal. She touched the leather saddle, then removed the red cloth. Suddenly, her expression changed. "Daniel," she whispered. "What?" he asked. She stared at the horse carefully, then pointed near its back leg. "This scar," she said. Daniel froze. It was a small white scar. A scar Rusty got years ago after getting injured near the barn. Daniel stepped closer. His heartbeat slowed. The left ear had the same small tear. The eyes looked familiar. The posture was familiar. And then the truth hit him like a truck. This wasn't a different horse. It was Rusty. The exact same horse he had sold earlier that day for $300. Daniel stood there speechless. The seller had not changed the horse. He had only changed how the horse was presented. And suddenly Daniel realized something painful. Rusty was never worthless. He only looked worthless Because Daniel stopped appreciating him. For years, Rusty carried heavy loads without complaint. For years, Rusty stayed loyal through hard times. But Daniel became so focused on imperfections that he became blind to value. That night, Daniel sat quietly outside the barn. Rusty stood nearby under the cold night sky. For the first time in years, Daniel gently touched the horse's neck and quietly said, "I'm sorry." Sometimes, life works exactly like this. People leave good relationships because they focus only on flaws. People abandon dreams because success takes time. People throw away opportunities only to chase the exact same thing later after someone else makes it look easy, valuable. The world is full of people paying more for things they once ignored. Not because those things changed, but because presentation changed. Attention changed. Hype changed. And that's dangerous. Because when frustration controls your mind, you stop seeing clearly. And when you stop seeing clearly, you can lose things that were quietly helping you all along. So before you walk away from something valuable, take a closer look. Because sometimes, the thing you are calling useless today may actually be one of the greatest blessings in your life.